I've decided to do it, guys. I'm hiring a bike. Cycle. Yeah, I'm hiring a bicycle. And I'm gonna cycle however long it takes to get to this workshop. I really hope it takes less time than I have left to get there. I'm going to a silver ring making workshop. And then tomorrow is like a big flower print workshop. But that's really far. So today it's like 12 kilometers, however long that takes. And then tomorrow is 26. So I probably won't cycle that. But I just didn't want to have to pay like over 150 baht per way to get to these places. And I didn't want to ride a motorbike, a scooter, because I don't trust myself or anyone else on them. So a bicycle felt like a compromise. And if it sucks, it was a story. So, wish me luck. Now you might be thinking, it's not how you ride a bike. You're supposed to be on it. You're so funny. The chain came off as I was on the road. Thank goodness I was only a few minutes away. So I'm now walking it back because I don't know how to put the chain back on a bike. The question is, do I trust the lovely family man who supports Liverpool football team to give me another bicycle? This is not a very good bicycle, but it is a bicycle and it does work. Yeah, so it turns out the bike is like not fit for where I wanted to go. They were like, it's only good for the city. And honestly, I hadn't left the city yet, so it's not even good for the city because it broke. And I only found out because I was like, what if I'm far away and it breaks? What do I do? And they were like, we can't go very far. Where are you trying to go? So I showed them and they were like, yeah, I wouldn't go there. You need a mountain bike. And I was like, oh. So I found a place that looked like it had mountain bikes, but it was 15 minutes walk away, so I would have only had 30 minutes to get there, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, I am waiting for a taxi, which is my original plan anyway. Maybe I'll cycle around another day. Oh well. We move. Needs must, eh? They were very nice though, they gave me all my money back, so I guess I hadn't really gone anywhere or done anything, so... Oh, that's nice. Where am I? You know, in a way it's kind of lucky that the bike broke. Because if the bike was not set for being outside the city and they wouldn't have been able to do anything about it if I was outside the city, I would have been really screwed if it hadn't broken and I hadn't had to go back. And then that I hadn't said anything. So it's pretty good. Also, I really hope that I can get a taxi back from wherever the hell I am. Maybe there's like a temple nearby. Yeah. Also, Google Maps made up a road. So I went down a path and looked for a path and there was no path. So now I'm on, you guessed it, the main road. Or at least a big road with no path. As per usual, your boy's walking. Woo! Sneaky, tucked away in the corner.
Yes, but I think same.
Where the hell am I now? So, you know me. I made friends with the guy who runs the jewelry making shop, and I chatted to him a bunch, and they invited me for lunch. So we went for lunch and they paid for my lunch, and then they dropped me off at this place that they said I would like, which I think is like a big nature reserve garden thing. So yeah, and you can cycle around this village. It's very beautiful, but I truly have no idea where I am. So yeah, this is gonna be fun. It was so nice. Oh, that was so wonderful. I told him about my village, and he was like, and his wife were like, we want to come. When you do it, coming. And he said he'll teach me and everyone how to make jewelry and stuff. So he was like, 6 months, I'll come for 6 months. Which is kind of crazy, but yeah, that was really, really nice. Oh, what a day, man. What a day. First time I've ever seen a bag of passion fruits. Also, look how gigantic these bananas are. Woo. Cool market. What do you call an unfortunate man with erectile dysfunction? Alright, time to catch up on some topics. I'm feeling a little tired today, a little headachy, but I've got some energy, so I'm going to get through some stuff. What a lovely little flower show, fireworks. Chiang Mai, the city of stuff, of festivals and workshops, just happen to all be falling this week, or they just do them all the time during high season. Either way, I'm loving it. It's great here. Really like the north. So plans for next week. Basically, I'm definitely staying here until Sunday, because there's a market on Saturday that I really want to go to, and then I'm going to go to the 2 villages by bike, and then come back and listen to some jazz at a jazz bar that was recommended by my buddy Ang Khan, which is the name of the jeweler. And I thought I could just go back and do more jewelry making with him. Because it was so fun. I enjoyed it so much. Maybe I could just make more stuff. Better earrings. Maybe I make better earrings. 1 dragonfly and 1 flower. Or 1. Yeah. 1 flower and a dragonfly. Because I like my little crude ass butterfly ring, which I've been wearing with the butterfly on the inside. Beep. But yeah, it's cute. I like it. It's shit in comparison to like how it should look, kind of thing, by this style, but I love it because it's mine and I made it. And I definitely want to get extra piercings. Probably just one more on each side for now. Originally it was so that I could wear my danglies and my old ones. But now I'm thinking I could have my old ones and my flowers, and then I could swap out my old ones for the danglies when I want to wear those, and I get to have the flowers at the same time. So also, this silver is 99%, which is insane and very soft. So very pure silver. All right, let's get through some notes because I've got so much to get through. Okay, let's go. Let's blast through these. Conductive climate. This is a fun one. This was brought on by Nietzsche. I remember reading. He was talking about how it's important for man to find a climate that is most conducive to the thinking that he wants to do, and talked about like his favorite climates to go, and talked about like Italy, was it Italy, and how much he hated German weather. I think he just hated Germany a lot in the book I read. But I was thinking about that like as I was going through the heat and stuff, and I was like, what is the perfect climate actually for me? Would I be more productive, and would I be able to think better and do more? And then I was like, yeah, I think I would actually. If I didn't really, I mean, you kind of do just passively consider the climate that you live in as like being very important, but I don't know whether I considered it in detail before. Goodbyes. I don't dislike goodbyes. I think that they're fine. I don't think that they need to be as much as they are with people that you aren't that sad to say goodbye to. People sort of make a lot out of a goodbye that when you can tell that both parties are just like, okay, cool, it was great to have you in my life for a bit, but now you're gone, and that's okay too. But I quite like them. I think they're very sweet when they are meaningful, and I think they can just be, or not even exist, and people can just leave without saying goodbye, and I think that's okay. Drama. No, I'm not going to go through the drama. It's been and gone, and it's not important. How much health to trade? Yeah, I was thinking about like putting moral values up against your health. Like veganism, like let's say veganism was unhealthy. How much health am I willing to trade for my morals? But then I think for this one I also meant like saving a life. Like, would I lose my right arm to save someone's life, or would I be chronically ill to save someone's life? Like, what is the cost of different parts of my health, and why do they have the value that they have versus what I would be morally trading them for? I don't know the answer. Shocking. But I think that given the direct opportunity, because it's like you could donate a kidney to save someone's life and you'd be chronically sicker or less able, I suppose. But you would have saved someone's life. I think if it was acute and in the moment, then I would trade a lot. With veganism, if it were just very destructive to me, if it were just like slightly off, it'll be one thing. But if it were like actively destructive and easily solved by potentially not incredibly unethical practices, like I could eat eggs or something, like backyard chicken eggs as much as I could, like whatever, maybe I would just ease as much as I could to stay well, because I guess my health just stands above mostly. Maybe I don't believe that. I'm not sure. Audiobooks. I've been listening to still ever more of the Unabomber Manifesto. I'm almost done. And I don't really like audiobooks. Because when my mind gets distracted by anything or a thought, or I want to like take the thought forwards, I lose a piece because it's just moved on without me, and then I haven't been listening, so I have to jump back. When I'm reading, you can think about something and then you can come straight back to where you were. Or if you read and you weren't really thinking, you jump back. It's also fine. It's easy. But with an audiobook, it's quite hard. If you're not fully concentrating, you're just not. It's like just a lecture. If you're not concentrating, you miss it. So I don't know if I like audiobooks. Piercing, I think I already talked about just now. I have time. I'm gonna just leave that. Park. Oh, Park. I think that I met a Korean guy on a tour thing, and he was really cool, and he's a football manager, and he said if I was ever in Korea, he would get me free tickets to football, and I guess be a friend and vibe and show me around. He was really, really cool. Extra paycheck. Yeah, I just got 300-ish quid as a last paycheck a month after I thought I was getting my last paycheck from work. Apparently sometimes you can just get paid out for like benefits you didn't otherwise get from the year that would have been charged to you. But I've got Technology Bad and Kill the Neighbor. They're both from the manifesto. I think maybe when I finish the manifesto I'll talk about it. Let's jump around a little bit. Now I'll do fine-tuning. I was listening to a podcast debate thing, and the fine-tune argument came up, which is the universe is super finely tuned to work. If it was any more or any less in any direction on any force, basically it would all collapse, like the force between dark matter or dark energy or something, and if it was anything more, then at the Big Bang everything would have just been flung out and nothing would have ever hit each other and nothing would have existed. And if it was any stronger, then things would have collapsed in on themselves and something. And like apparently that just happens all the time. But I have two problems with this. The first one is the whole like seeing a cactus in a desert and then saying, wow, this desert is so finely tuned for this cactus. Like the human body, like people use fine tuning for the human body as well, living, and I'm just like, you can't look at the environment and use that as an example for the human. But on the universe level, this might seem like a weird statement, but this is the only how do I say this? The universe in which we exist is the only universe in which we could have existed. So if there are other forms of universe that would never take, they never would have taken, and therefore they would never have existed. Or they would have existed and then stopped existing. Like I don't think that, I think that maybe they're starting from a point of there is one universe. There was one attempt in one moment to create one universe. I think that seems implausible to me. Potentially there are many attempts at many universes many times, and only the ones in which stability reigns does stability reign, and only the ones in which self-observant life reigns. And so it can only be that the universe exists with us as observers within them. There is no fine-tuning, there is no like, oh, the universe is so finely tuned. It just must be this way. Or at least this is one of the ways that it must be in order to hold life in this way. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. Makes sense to me, and no one was saying it. And I thought that was annoying, because what's it like? Yeah, no, I think I explained it. Sometimes I get headaches when I'm tired that kind of put pressure in my head, and I walk around and I'm experiencing the world, but I'm not really like taking it in. And I can almost feel that I'm not forming memories, apart from the memories that I'm not going to form those memories. And so I actually do remember the things I'm seeing because they're in the context of me thinking that I'm not going to form memories. And it kind of makes it feel like my vision is very small and very localized and very pointed and very focused. And I kind of just glaze through and know that there's a haze that I'm seeing that's the real world, and then I'll like in and out. I had that today at the park. I was thinking a lot, but I wasn't really attached to the world. And the last one I'll say is I had a great meditation session at the end of the two things, because I forgot something else. I had a great meditation session at the end of the Wat Prampatua, whatever it was called. Patawan, the meditation center. And I I was like a horse in a past life, apparently. And basically it was really great. I got this like vision of my subconscious being slightly open and like shooting out like black lines that turned into like plants that were essentially a reflection of my subconscious, like the control of the subconscious on my conscious mind and what that takes root as and how it puts pressure. And then I was saying Buddho and like wiping it clean and like hitting into my subconscious to like clean my subconscious. Anyway, it was all very spiritual and all that crap, again, if you believe in it, which I think maybe it was just fun visuals. Maybe it was actually spiritual. Maybe I believe a little bit of both. And I see the quote from Community. Maybe we're capable of complete contradiction. Maybe I'm God. Anyway, I think it was season 6. Oof, I haven't done a TV show reference in a long time. Woo! Anyway, and I realized after the breathwork session that my meditation session kind of felt kind of similar. Not as powerful, like it didn't move me quite so much, but it was similar, like the way the images came, where they went, how I felt. And I was like, maybe I was doing one in the other. Maybe the breath work induced like a meditative state, or maybe the meditation induced a activated state. Yeah, actually, it must be that the meditation, that the breath work induced a state that my meditation got. You get what I mean? Like I got into similar like spaces with both. And it was great. It's much harder for me to do when I'm meditating to get into that space. I have to really be in like the right mindset, in the right location, in the right time. And it doesn't, maybe that's like one of a few times that I've got to that point, but it was really wild. I came out of it and I stopped. Like I opened my eyes to finish. And as the lights were all still off, we were in this meditation hall, everyone was sat on the floor, super dark, it's basically outside, it's just like covered, and there were these massive Buddhas and the monks, and I opened my eyes before the session had finished, and like seconds after, the monk then started shuffling, picked up the mic and called it to a close. But I like finished right before. Wild. Oh, and the very last thing, I never said how my Thai massage was. It was fine. I think not one of the better ones. It was okay. The woman was very distracted at first. She was on her phone for the beginning, and then pulled me around a little bit in different naughty angles, and it was kind of fun. But I want it to be much harder, I think. And there's a massage parlor here that hires ex-cons to rehabilitate them as masseuses, and I really want to go there because I support rehabilitation fully, and I like the idea of that. So I'll probably do that at some point. Oh, and then once I've figured out, I might be going to an island before Cambodia, but I have to figure that all out, and I'll update once I have done that. Basically, my plans for the week after Chiang Mai is a bit up in the air right now. Okay. Whew, there you go.